The Lost Honor of Katarzyna Blum is a 1974 novel by Heinrich Böll and a 1975 film that depicts how a media smear campaign and press manipulation destroy a young woman's life. Haunted by the tabloids and police, after spending the night with the wanted Ludwig Getten, Bloom becomes desperate and takes her final revenge. The film is set in West Germany in the 1970s, a period of terrorism and the fierce fight against the Baader Meinhof group, which fueled hysteria and the smear campaign against sympathizers. Let's look at the mechanism of manipulation. The media, the tabloids, newspaper Bild, and the police portray an innocent, peaceful woman as a terrorist accomplice and a shameless whore. Not loss of dignity. The campaign against Katarzyna and her family destroys her personal and professional life, as well as her health. In an act of desperation, left without help, Blum murders a pushy journalist, the ultimate response to the media campaign. Media critique. The work is a pamphlet against subjectivity, the lack of ethics in journalism, and the destructive power of tabloids. The book and its film adaptation, directed by Volker Schlendorf and Margarete von Trotta, are still considered timely warnings against media hate and information manipulation. What are our core values? Without extremism in politics, there was none in my White House, President Barack Obama noted. Children in Gaza, another problem. Children in Gaza don't ask for much. They just want a warm meal, to hug their mother again, simply to live another day. Give them a chance. The problem of today. The Artemis 2 rocket will send humans back to the moon after 54 years. They won't land on the moon by the mission's goal, using modern technology, is to test three elements: life support, navigation, and whether heat shields will pass the test in subsequent lunar flights. Artemis the third in mid 2027. The latter involves mixing Earth gravity and the Moon's gravity in lunar missions, especially in the final stage, using the latest technology, leveraging experience from Orion. Orion is the NASA reusable crewed spacecraft key to the Artemis program. It's not a lunar lander, but a crew capsule that transports astronauts to the lunar vicinity. Other vehicles are used for surface landing, while Orion returns to Earth and splashes down in the Pacific Ocean. Key information about the Orion capsule: purpose, deep space, lunar orbit, crew for astronauts, landing after returning to Earth. The capsule uses parachutes for a safe splashdown. A humble person might ask, however, why are these astronauts flying then? Won't the money be wasted? Won't it just go down the drain? Dearest, be the human elements cannot fail. Besides, soon, let's say in a few hundred years, we may not have a favorable atmosphere, wind, or erosion even on a human earth. Moreover, even the Lord God protects the cautious. Let me remind you that the Japanese Slimlander has already landed on the moon in an unpredictable, surprising manner. If next year's Artemis III mission fails, humanity could set its ambitions back by several decades. Money might be found in time, but the need for tomorrow's different technology might suddenly arise. Patience is the key. The fundamental values of the European Union, shared by all member states and enshrined in Article 10 of the Treaty of the Functioning of the European Union, are fundamental values shared by all member states and enshrined in Article 10, as I said. Treaty includes human dignity, freedom, democracy, equality, the rule of law, and respect for human rights, including minority rights. These values form the foundation of European society based on pluralism, tolerance, justice, solidarity, and non discrimination. I have visited 70 countries on earth. Many Polish Catholic missions around the world. Morocco is a fascinating country of contrast, combining exotic culture, mystical cities, Marrakesh, Fez, with the majestic Atlas Mountains and golden dunes of the Sahara. It delights with a diversity of landscape from snow-capped peaks to the Atlantic coast, as well as aromatic cuisine, tagine, colorful souks, and the traditional architecture of riyadh. Here's why Morocco is so captivating. Landscape diversity. Diversity in a single day. You can see the Atlas Mountains, the sandy desert, and the ocean coast. Culture and architecture. Narrow streets of Medinas. Bustling souks, intricate mosaic, wood carving, and historic Kashbar. The magic of the Sahara, overnight stays under a starry sky in the desert, camels and spectacular sunsets, colors and smells, the characteristic blue city of the Chefchaouen, the intense colors of spices in the markets, and the scent of fresh mint tea with an aromatic tangine, couscous, harira soup, and swear pastries, active recreation, trekking in the Atlas Mountains, and surfing in the Atlantic. Morocco, often called the land of the sunset Maghreb, offers an unforgettable journey where tradition is intertwined with modernity. Dear brothers and sisters, this wealth of the modern world is incompatible with a correct understanding of democracy and our morality. Would compare our situation, I would compare our situation to the institution of marriage. And marriage, as Shakespeare observed, is a folly done by two, and then galleys by three, and more. However, strength lies in love, which is unchanging, lasting to the very brink of destruction, resistant to time. My dears, from now on I will constantly repeat this, although I have never cried, nor have I immediately given up all good or evil to the world, nor have I greatly enjoyed artificial intelligence. But this evening I would like to defend something great, not so much to Motlava River in Danzig, frozen since time immemorial, but the larger sea body that is the Baltic Sea, and indeed the human potential that, alongside family, still remains to us such valuable potential is our closer neighborhood, that is the cosmos.